Hello everyone, my name is Elena Shvab and I'm a hat designer based in London. Welcome to my studio. Welcome to this hat making channel. Welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to be I'm going to be showing you how to make a very simple but very beautiful custom-made flowers that you don't need flower tools for that, and it's absolutely not complicated and it does not take a lot of time, but it's actually quite fun and involves a lot of creativity. So hello everyone who's joining, and today I'm using my new microphone. So last time we had a lot of troubles with the sound. I think I didn't charge it properly, but today I hope I charged it enough. But if there are any issues with the sound, please do comment below and let me know. Because otherwise, if you won't tell me, I will just continue talking and it's going to be like more silent picture rather than a useful tutorial. So welcome again, and hello. Thank you for joining. There are more people joining, and that's amazing. So fabrics that we're going to need. I made a list of all the materials that I will be using during this tutorials. It's in the description of the video, and also links to some of the materials that you can purchase online via my my trusted supplier, the trimming company, and you also get 10% discount. Just like that, 10% discount to buy your materials. The link in the description. To use the discount for any materials, just use code Elena at the checkout, and enjoy making. So the fabrics that we will be using today, well, first of all, let me show you example of those small flowers that we will be making. Those are teeny tiny, but you can make them on a bigger scale. Little flowers that you can make using different fabrics just by using this simple technique that I'm going to show you. And you can decorate them with beads or other embellishments, whatever you like. This is really up to you. There's no limit for your imagination and creativity. I just need them to make really exactly like that because I'm working on a custom-made hat for my client that I will ship to Canada. And just to show you, this is the hat, a very classic simple fedora made of viscose straw, very beautiful viscose straw. And the other day I made live about how to stiffen this particular straw. That's where the sound went. We had troubles with sound, so I made two videos. So if the first video, the sound doesn't work, I made a recording ready with the sound, so you can watch both of them. And so this is inside, and I just made this Petersham ribbon, which I have a tutorial on how to make this beautiful classic bow headbands. And the direct link to this very easy step-by-step tutorial is in the description. So just have a look, and after we finish with this tutorial, you can go and learn how to make Petersham ribbon. And also I shared a link where you can buy Petersham ribbon and also use 10% discount for that. So, and these are the Petersham ribbons. The beauty of these ribbons is that they are made using a natural fabric, so it's so much easier to work with them and manipulate them rather than synthetic fabric that is really hard to curve. And once you watch the tutorial, you'll see why I need to curve the ribbon. So it's so much easier to work with it, natural fabric. And it comes in so many different beautiful colors. The range is unbelievably amazing. So this is the Petersham ribbons that I used for my hat right here. Very pretty. And also a little tip before we start making flowers, a small tip for you, how to make a hat size smaller. I have a lot of questions about that. And I don't have a tutorial on how to make it smaller, but I just want to show you right here what I made, because the hat block that I have is 57, the size is 57, but the hat size of my client is 56. So in order to make a hat slightly smaller, I simply adjusted felt, thick fabric felt inside. It's like a padding and it's on both sides. So first of all, it makes wearing a hat so much easier and softer on your head. And plus it helps to reduce the size. So depending on how much you need to reduce the size, you use either a little bit of fabric underneath, or you use a lot of fabric. So you have to, apply fabric and then put it on your head and see how it feels, and then either you add more or you just stop with whatever you already applied. So as a design for this particular hat, I'm finishing the headband with little flowers, just like right here, 3 little flowers. So that's why I decided to go live and show you how exactly I'm going to do that. So first of all, the fabrics that you can use, no limits. You can try and use any fabrics you like. My particular choice, my favorite choice, is for soft fabrics, transparent fabrics, um, pastel soft colors, and those are organza. It's a really nice transparent material, polyester organza. It has a really lovely sheen. Absolutely love this fabric. And chiffon. They also come in so many different colors. It's unbelievable, very beautiful fabric as well. So I'm using these for the flowers. But because the fabrics are so soft, I need to make them a little bit harder, so it's easier to work, because otherwise the flowers would just look really sad because the fabric can't really hold itself. So that's why I need to harden the fabric, but I'm not using a fabric stiffener or any other stiffener. I'm using something else. And this is my favorite thing that I love to do with many different fabrics. And this is how I create different textiles. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to create flowers using not just one layer of organza, but I'm going to use 2 layers of organza. It still has its sheen and transparency, but it's much harder as a fabric. So you can just see the differences between this and that. You see? So this is a bit stronger and it's easier to make shapes and manipulate into flowers. So in order to create, to combine both layers together, I'm going to need additional fabric, and it's called Bondaweb. I mean, in different countries it might called differently, but this is a fusing fabric. And this is it. This is a fusing fabric. It's like a dry glue that you put in between the fabrics, and then you press with the iron until this fabric melts and bonds, any other 2 fabrics that you want to combine together. So I can also show you an example of, let's say this one. Because basically these are the flowers that we're going to make today. See, but I use different flowers, fabric. Here I used satin and beautiful netting, but using exactly the same technique that we are going to use today. So you see a variety of different fabrics and colors and combinations. So same flowers, but they look very different because, of the combination of other decorations and the colors and the way you adjust them to the hat. All right, so let's start. So I already prepared this fabric, so we're not going to work with this organza, but I'm going to show you how to use Bondaweb, an example of this fabric, chiffon. And I already made a little sample. Always make a little sample before you go and make a bigger piece, just to make sure that the fabric works. Because sometimes most of the fabrics, they are easily bonded together, but some fabrics are really, 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 they just don't bond. The Bondaweb doesn't work. So always make a little sample so you know that your experiment will succeed. Okay, and so now we are creating the fabric using Bondaweb. So I need, first of all, we need baking paper to protect our surface, because this is glue, and whatever it touches, it sticks to, the fabric doesn't care about what fabric to bond. So just be careful with the surface. And first of all, I'm going to place, I don't need a lot of fabric, so I'm just going to make a small sample. Okay. just checking that the microphone is working because I'm panicking from, from the experience of last time that it just stopped working in the middle of the tutorial. It's just like, oh my God, what I'm going to do now? Okay, and I'm just going to cut a little piece of fabric. So I'm making just one flower, so I don't need a lot of fabric, and I already have a sample prepared. And these are very long scissors. Okay, and now I need a little piece of Bondaweb. This is really magical fabric, and you can do so many amazing things with it. And I'm gonna cut a little piece. So what we're creating right now, we're making a little sandwich. So we have one layer. I'm placing Bondaweb, and then I'm folding. Basically, I'm covering with the second layer. So what we have, first layer, Bondaweb in between, okay, and a second layer. And I'm carefully placing it under the baking paper because we also don't want Bondaweb to stick to the iron. We need regular iron, medium heat. Some fabric, especially organza, they have a very low melting point, so direct heat of the iron will melt the fabric in seconds. So, here you see, I even have a little accident here. It was too hot, and this as well, a lot of heat, too much heat. But again, you still have to iron long enough in order to make sure that, the glue melts. So we're going to use medium heat, and I never press and wait. I will be ironing in circular movements so that just to make sure that, I'm spreading heat equally and carefully, but I'm really pressing because I do need to press the fabric so that the glue melts. So you do have to apply a little bit of pressure. No steam. We don't need any moisture. We don't need any steam. We're just pressing. And let's wait a little bit until it cools down. And let's see how it looks. Oh, wow. Okay. You see, it started working, but I still see that there's a little bit of Bondaweb on the fabric. So it means that it started melting, but it still didn't melt completely. And we absolutely have to make sure that the Bondaweb melted perfectly. So I'm just going to put it back, and I'm going to continue ironing for a little bit more. It's better to make little stops and check the fabric rather than, over ironing and melting the fabric and then starting again. Okay. See, I think it looks great. It looks absolutely great. And so before I'm going to check whether, layer is bonded perfectly, I'm going to wait for the material to cool down a little bit, because once the glue is still warm, it still moves a little bit. And when it cools down, it's completely settled. Okay, so now it cooled down, and how I'm going to check, I'm just going to try and rip all these, two layers, separate them, but I can't. It means that, the job is done, and it's done perfectly well. So we have two pieces. We have this piece, and we have this piece. So based on my design, I need two organza flowers, and I need one chiffon flower. So we can move the baking paper. Now we need a template. Template can be anything. I have created this one. Very simple, little flower, but you can make any other template that you like. Well, let me show you what I have as an example. So for example, I have a bigger template like this. So you see this is a smaller, this is a bigger. So that was the template for a bigger flower. And this is a template for a smaller flower. It's absolutely up to you how you decide what you decide to create. You can create a template like this, or just a circle, and then you can use the same technique that I'm going to show you. I have, so many. Oh, this is another one. This is another one. think I'm going to use this one. This one is a little bit old. So I have so many different templates, and I write down on most of them, I write down the name of the hat that I made using them so that everything is in order, and always keep them together so I don't lose anything, because I don't want to make new templates. I can, just, you know, it's extra work. So we need 2 organza and 2 yes, 1 chiffon and 2 organza. So we need a template, and we need a pencil or chalk, whatever you have. And I'm going to trace the template carefully. So we need 2 pink and 1 hot pink. So this is 1. I'm just going to make, this is 2. It's a very delicate process, and we need one of this fabric as well. And carefully tracing around. And then we're going to cut the shapes, obviously, with scissors. All right, so 3 little shapes. Doreen is asking, bond fabric, is that what they use for sewing dress? They might. They might have absolutely no idea, to be honest. I think what they're using for dressing is the fabric to make fabric thicker in a way. This is just to bond layers together to create different textiles or surfaces, but they might use it also for sewing. Have no knowledge about that, but that's some thicker fabric to make material thicker. They come in black and white and different thicknesses. I think it's slightly different because that fabric has glue on one side, and Bondaweb is just entirely, you know, glue fabric. So I guess you can use it depending what you would like to achieve at the end. Okay, I'm using small scissors because they're sharper and they're more, you know, they more go into these little details rather than big scissors. It's easier for me. You can use bigger scissors if that's easier for you to use. And this is the moment when you don't really want to rush, because you want to follow the line and you want to make it really nice and neat. And you will take your time, you know, like really take your time and cut, following the line. And I mean, as an example, you can use not just 2 layers of chiffon. You can use 1 layer of chiffon and 1 layer of organza, you know, to see the combination, how it's going to look, and they can be different colors. You can see the transparency of, for example, if you use pink organza and then blue organza, and then you can combine them together, and you can also see the shades of the colors from different sides. So that could be quite exciting, actually. One of the hats that I created for Royal Ascot quite a few years ago, I hand dyed fabric in different shades of blue, and then I combined these colors together. So from the distance, you would actually see the depth of the flowers because they were dyed in different colors. So that's quite something that you might consider when you create decorations, how flowers will look not just, you know, from the closer view, but also from the distance. All right, so I'm just going to cut, I'm just cutting the, okay, and I'm going to cut 1 more. So I'm going to show you the example of 1 flower. So I'm sure you pretty much easy to understand the technique, and then you can go and try and create your own decorations. So, and it's such a nice soft fabric. Love working with organza. Also like making other flowers. Also not using millinery tools, hat making millinery tools. I find it very time consuming, but you might actually enjoy using millinery tools. creating different shapes, but it's like intense technique. I find it very complicated for my work, but then again, we enjoy doing different things, and someone love making flowers, and I just prefer to find ways where I can create flowers without using the tools and using, simple, easy techniques, but that those techniques still look quite beautiful. So we have this lovely, lovely flower, and we have matching thread, single, and I'm gonna decorate this. I don't remember what beads I used for that. Um, I think blue beads, and this was red beads. Okay, so we're gonna use beads. So very easy technique how I'm gonna do that. I am folding this flower in half. So we have a half, right? We have a half. And then we folding this half in half again. Okay, so half and half. And that's our flower. Okay, so once we folded the flower, we have to secure it, and we're securing it with a thread, not the glue, the thread. And I started stitching from inside there, first of all, to hide the knot. Okay, and I'm going to make a few very tender, very neat and accurate stitches, like that. And then I'm going to make a security knot to make sure that my thread is in place and it's not going to move. There. So I have secured the thread, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go through the flower. Just have to find a way into the middle. Let's see, going right here, right into the middle, from the end to the middle with my thread. And I just realized that I forgot the most important beads that I have. Okay, stay there. I'll be back in just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm as usual unprepared. So I have a lot of different beads, as you can see, so I can choose them based on the design and the color. And here as well. So we need longer beads. These ones are perfect. And in the meantime, I also checked that for that pink, I need red beads. So these long beads, see, these very long beads, they're like 1/2 centimeter, 5 millimeters long or so. And then I'm just gonna, okay, now I just hope that my needle is, okay, my needle is not thin enough. Okay, you live, you learn. So I'm just gonna cut this, and I'm gonna need a thinner needle, much thinner needle, so that it can go through the bead. And I'm just gonna check first. Okay, I have this, and I think this will work. The thinner the needle, the harder it is to thread, though. Anyone familiar with that? Okay, yes, managed quite quickly. So where can I get some to buy? So this fabric you can buy in any fabric shop. You can even buy online. So I guess it is also used for sewing, but yes, any fabric shop you can find it, or just Google Bondaweb or fusing fabric, and you can find it there. It also comes in a roll, like like a regular fabric, and you can buy it in meters. This is what I usually prefer to do, and and this is how it looks. But sometimes you can buy Bondaweb in like sheets of fabrics, and those that is actually perfect for if, for example, you would like to create fine details and cut your shapes using little scissors. So you can draw the shape on the paper and then cut it with the scissors. So it's quite useful. However, for this technique, whatever I'm showing right now, we don't need to cut any fine details. We just need to bond two layers together, and you can just go for regular roll, like half a meter or meter fabric. And it's also much cheaper than buying it as a on a paper. So now I have fine needle, and I need three long beads. So basically what happens is we have a flower, then we have my beads, and then I need one red bead. Okay, so that's what we have right now. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back through these three beads like this. And now it's quite a gentle and careful process of moving all of that together. Very gentle process, to make sure that you don't break the thread and you move all of that inside. Yeah, and I just messed up a little bit. You see, I did say gentle process, and now I'm rushing, and now it just tangled. And when it tangled, it doesn't want to move. And it might be that I would, oh, wait. Yes. So, and now I'm going back with the needle from the center to the edge. Okay, we have to continue being very gentle. There. Oh, yes, baby. I made it. Okay, so this is what we have. And we need two more of this, so that it looks really lovely. There, you see I have three of these. Now I'm gonna secure this one with a little knot, just in case, because if thread breaks, I would have to start all over. Okay, so I secured, and then I can continue. So we're going again into the center from the end. Okay, there. And now we're going to put three long beads, these three long beads. Okay, there. And then we're going to need another red little bead. You can play with, you can try, different beads, whatever you have at home or whatever you find. Okay, and then I'm going to go through 1, 2, and yep, 3. And now we have to be very, very, very gentle, moving this all together through the beads. Okay, and now I'm going back again to this part of the flower. And stretch. Make sure that you stretch, because you don't want extra thread to occur, because otherwise it's not gonna, well, you see here on this one, I left a little bit of thread, extra thread, so you see it's sort of like moving. Well, you might like that, but I quite like when it's quite strong and it can, look like this, but not like this. So I might need to redo this one. And again, I'm going to make a little knot to secure the thread, just in case it breaks or if I need to redo one of them. Okay, let's do one more, and our flower is going to be ready. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please do ask. I'm happy to reply. And I hope the sound was much better today. And okay. So let's do it again. 3 more beads. 1, 2. Oh, this is quite short. Ideally, they have to be all the same lengths. 1, 2, 3. And 1 more. Now we're going back into 1, 2, 3 long ones, stretching. Okay, stretching and going back. And now stretching again. All right, I think that looks great. And now I'm going to secure the thread, make a little knot, and now we can cut the thread. And voila, okay, this didn't work. The first one didn't work, but yeah, that's the little one. And it's going to be really lovely on the hat. You can also create, this for your headbands. It is a little bit time consuming. However, when you prepare all the flowers and you prepare first the fabrics, then you cut all the flowers, and all you have to do is just fold them and stitch the beading. The process could be much faster rather than cutting, folding, beading, cutting, folding, beading. So prepare all the details together of different fabrics if you wish to, and then you can put them all together like this. Isn't that lovely? I think I like it really, really very much. And depending what color, what fabrics you're using, this could be really beautiful piece, and it suits for hats. You can redecorate your existing hats. You can create this type of decorations for your next projects, for little headbands, even for decorations, for the presents, to make it really special. So many different ways that you can do. And yeah, very easy technique. You can even try different shapes like the circles or squares and folding them together and then just stitching and beading through the decoration. So try that, and I hope you like the technique, and I hope you're going to create many amazing decorations. And if you have any questions, please ask. If not during live, I will try to come back and reply to your questions as soon as I can. In the meantime, I would like to say thank you for joining me. I hope you like the technique, and please do choose to subscribe to this channel if you still haven't subscribed. It really helps this channel to, for more people to find it and learn these techniques. And please also hit the notification button so next time I'm online with the next live video, you don't miss it. And also, if you want to learn more about millinery, to subscribe to my membership channel. The link is in description of this video. You will get access to members only amazing millinery tutorials, and you will learn a lot of interesting techniques and skills, inside tips, and you can create many beautiful hats for yourself, for your clients, or just as a hobby, because it's amazing, amazing, beautiful craft. So thank you so much. Do subscribe to my channel, hit notification button, ask questions, and I will see you next time during my next tutorial. Wishing you a wonderful day. Thank you for joining. Bye.